Hey, welcome everyone to the I'll Be Living Life podcast. If you like the content, kindly hit the subscribe, like, and notification buttons. Today's special guest is Amanda. She is an avid hiker and she's also on Instagram. Her handle name is Cheese Travels. That's CheeseTravels. Welcome to the show, Amanda.
Hi, Al. Thank you. Thank you for having me.
Well, thank you for joining me. So you have lots of amazing shots, and I'm truly jealous of some of the hikes you go on. Like you go on a lot of hikes, so
I do like to hike.
yeah, I really wish I can be at some of these ones, but I feel some of these ones are a little bit too long for me.
Some
Yeah,
of them are long and some of them are nice and easy as well.
yeah, okay. So when I kind of spotlight talented photographers on my show, whether you think you're talented or not, I like your photos. I generally pick a few of my favorite shots of theirs, and we just kind of talk about it, and how you felt when you took that shot, or how you set up for it, or something like that. You good with that?
Yeah, that
Awesome.
sounds great.
Okay, let's start with Tunnel Bluffs. This was just a few days
All
ago.
right. That
Yeah,
was recent. May
yes,
14th.
yes, very nice.
Yes. We've been on a lot of hikes, and when I say we, I usually go with a friend and my husband, and
Hmm.
we are always kind of like looking for a new place to go, and all the locals really know what's going on here. But
Yeah.
yeah, we wanted to try Tunnel Bluffs, which isn't too bad of a hike.
Hmm.
It's pretty easy. You have to park in a pay lot, actually. You can skip paying, but then you have to park way down the hill and then add an extra like kilometer or two,
Okay.
which we actually saw people doing. But they were actually going to camp up top. And we went on a weeknight because obviously it's really busy in the weekdays, the
Hmm.
evenings. It's a really popular spot, and that's, I think, why they have pay parking there. Yeah, so it's just like, I think it was about 10 kilometers total. I
Okay.
actually thought it was only going to be 7, and so I was really mad when I found out it was 10 because we have to go down in our headlights
Yeah.
or with our headlamps on.
Yeah.
So yeah, we just parked, and then like the first 2 kilometers is pretty steep, but it's all on a road gravel
Okay.
trail, so
Okay. Kind of
kind of
like
rocky.
Hunters Road in Mission, kind of.
Yeah, exactly
Okay.
like that.
Okay.
Which we biked actually at one point. It's just kind of a rocky road, like Burke Mountain, like lots
Hmm.
of other areas, and then it just levels off, and it's just straight, like easy. We had to cross a couple bridges, which are really cool. They're really fun. And then you get up there, and it's just so worth it. The sun, we got a really good sunset that night.
Yeah,
It was
that
like
looks
turning
amazing.
pink and burning, and so it's like we couldn't leave because it was like so nice. There was probably a little small group with their dogs, and then the couple that we passed came up with their dog, and they had the place to themselves that night. Like they camped, they made a fire, which I don't really know if it's allowed. So,
Oh
um,
yeah, especially
yeah,
yeah nowadays.
yeah,
Yeah.
around here, but so I don't
Hmm.
like say go ahead and do that, but yeah, it was just like it was perfect. And then we of course had to kind of go down with our headlamps, but it was totally worth it. It was so nice.
I love the kind of the fuchsia sky there, and also
Yeah,
the sheet of ice it looks like as a reflection there, because it looks like the water is really calm at that point, right? So that's looks really
yeah,
nice.
yeah.
Yeah.
And you could see the ferries kind of going by, and like it's funny because when we got there, it was like, oh, it was so amazing, but then it just got like, every 5 minutes you go, oh, we got to take in new pictures because it's
Changes.
changing. Yeah,
Yeah, for
and then it got
sure.
darker, and then I got pink, and yeah, so it was a really memorable hike, and I was all over the rocks. I was taking pictures here, there, videos, just like getting every moment of it.
Yeah, that's very
That was
cool.
good.
So, question
Yeah,
for you. So, going down, like
sure.
doing these things at nighttime, do you ever
hmm
worry that you're going to bump into like a cougar or a bear or anything like that?
No, I personally love running into bears.
Yeah.
So, and I know we've had some recent cougar scares and things like that, but I mean, the thoughts cross my mind for sure. Like,
Mm-hmm.
I definitely think about it, like, oh, what if there was a wildlife? And cougars like to come out at night and whatever.
Mm-hmm.
But there was 3 of us. We're usually prepared. We usually bring bear spray
Yes.
and things like that. So bears, I'm never. I mean, we just had a recent, I think, scare at Mount From,
Mm-hmm.
but
That's right. Yeah.
yeah. But I personally, I'm always like, I want to be the one that gets swiped by a bear because
Oh
I'm just
no.
like, I'm a crazy person. I don't know why,
Yeah.
because I love bears so much. I love animals. I love to see them. I'd be pretty scared if I saw a cougar because I was like,
Yes.
oh, I don't know how to get out of the situation. But
Yeah.
bears, I tend to see frequently living, where we live, and
Yes.
so I'm used to that. So at night, Yeah, I mean, it crosses my mind, but I'm with two other guys, so
That's
it
good.
was fine.
When I first moved to the area that I live in Coquitlam, we used to
Hmm.
see the first year I moved up here, 15 bears that year. It was insane.
Wow.
I was like, holy
Wow.
smokes! I see them every second week almost, right? And
Amazing.
they don't really hibernate that much anymore, or that long
Yeah.
anymore, right? So
Yeah.
you constantly see them, and one kind of crawled up on my stairwell. One was like
Oh,
tore apart my
wow.
gate. One climbed over my gate. I'm like, holy smokes, man! There's a lot of they're like raccoons out
Yeah.
here, but
Yeah.
when I
Like
cougars
coming
is
from
a
the city?
yeah,
Sorry.
that's right. And
Yeah.
it's funny because when we see bears now, I'm like you, I'm not scared of them anymore, and it's
Yeah.
because I
Yeah.
know that they'll just kind of get out of the way, sort of the thing. Unless there's some cubs around, then I kind of,
Yeah.
if it's a cub, obviously I keep my distance regardless, but I'm
For
not as
sure.
freaky when I see a bear now. But as a cougar, like, I mean, yeah, there's been lots of, like, I've had my neighbor lose their dog because of a cougar.
Oh,
Oh
yeah. Yeah.
yeah,
Yeah.
yeah, just hopped over the fence and ended up taking their dog and running away with it. So,
Oh, we know that person, by the way.
oh, do you? Okay, yeah,
Yeah. Yeah.
it's just really, really, yeah, bad. But yeah,
I
I mean, it's
know.
kind of scary when you go on these hikes, and like you, I don't want to bump into like a cougar because you just don't know what the
Mm-hmm.
heck to do,
Mm-hmm.
except if it comes charging at you, fight for your life, sort of thing.
And you're out a lot too, right? You
Yeah,
go out quite a bit.
yes, yes.
Like, would you say you go out every day?
Me?
Yeah, even just like in the neighborhood or.
Oh yeah, I would say I go out almost every day. Yeah, yeah, I go out
Hmm.
quite a bit, and I take Scooby around a little bit too. So,
Oh, yeah.
but when you go on these hikes, I mean, I've been on a couple of them where we went to Squamish and there's like grizzly bear warnings and all that stuff. That's
Yeah.
another thing I don't want to
Yes.
bump into as a
Yes. I
grizzly
do not want to see a grizzly like
ever.
in the wild.
Yeah.
We did, and I might talk about this hike later, but I did a hike in like near Tumbler Ridge, and we saw like grizzly prints in the,
Uh oh.
and we were the only two on the trail, and it was scary.
Yeah. Nah, it's an eerie feeling, eh?
So yeah, really eerie.
Yeah.
But yeah, I don't want to run into a grizzly. Black bears I can handle. Mama bears, I try to, make
Yeah.
sure I really keep my distance. But, I've been to Minnesota where I've seen a mummy and a baby, and I was by myself, which I don't do often. But
Mm-hmm.
yeah, I just kind of waited quite a while.
Yeah, it's good. It is grizzly. Like there were signs everywhere saying that grizzly is in the area,
Mm,
and I was
right.
like, "Oh man, should we be going up this thing?" Right? But we did, and we were
Yeah.
fine.
Yeah. I mean, and I've seen people get really close to grizzlies and take videos or whatever,
Oh,
and
they're
the grizzlies
nuts.
couldn't care less, right? I know,
No,
I'd be kind of like, I gotta get out of here, but
no.
yeah.
Once I see a hump on that shoulder, forget it. I wouldn't.
Right?
I wouldn't be there. I'd be playing dead or something.
Yeah.
I don't know.
Yeah.
So your next one is August
Okay.
26th, Elfin
Okay.
Lakes.
Lake.
Yeah, it's very, very nice shot. Very
Thank
pristine kind of
you.
lake color, reflection of the sky, the nice mountains in the back, and yeah, it's a great shot. What
Yeah,
happened there?
Elfin is just one of my favorite hikes. It's fairly easy. I know it's like 20K, but it's I think at that time we were staying overnight, so we did like an overnighter.
Okay.
Stayed in the shelter up there, and which is closed right now. Yeah, it's like that first view. You haven't been up there?
No, no, I
No,
haven't.
okay. The hike itself is pretty it's a steady incline all the way up. I think it's the last 3 to 5 kilometers. It's kind of you're going on a ridge, so it's actually not that bad.
Okay.
And then it's kind of this like first scene when you get to see the lakes is that's what that shot is.
Oh, that's great.
And it's pretty famous. Like it's, most people kind of, yeah, oh, there's Elfin, especially, the locals, right?
Hmm.
And it's the first lake. So there's two lakes, one you can drink from, one you can bathe in, basically,
Wow.
in the summer anyways. Yeah, so that's just like that first view. There's like a shelter up there that you can normally have. There's like bunks you can camp at if you
Hmm.
want, and then there's a bunch of tent pads. It's really beautiful, easy. I've seen people run it, I've seen people bike it,
Okay.
and then there's some hikes that you can go further up. So that time we went and we put our tents up on tent pads, and then we actually went up to this other hike you can do. It's like another maybe 5K total or 6K total,
Okay.
and it's called the Gargoyles, and the view from there is just spectacular. So
Wow.
yeah, that's probably one of my favorite like places to hike.
How long does this hike take you? to get to that lake?
So it's like when I looked at my Strava, because I'm going tomorrow, right?
Mm-hmm.
So with PAX, it took us 2.5 hours to get up
Okay.
and about 2.5 hours to get down as well.
That's it?
But I'm slow getting down.
Oh, me
Yeah,
too.
yeah, not too bad. Yeah,
Yeah,
I'm
me
really
too.
slow. Like I'd rather go up because like that I can just like gain momentum and just like keep going. But when I'm going down, I'm just like my legs and the knees
My
and
knees, yeah.
everything just like, and I'm just like I have bad ankles too, so I'm just like always very cautious when I'm
Yeah, I
going
saw that
down.
you
It
broke
takes
your
me a
ankle
while.
somewhere, I read.
I did, yeah. I
Yeah.
busted my ankles. I've got some hardware in there, and yeah, my balance isn't very good. So,
Yeah. No, once you
but
do one thing to your ankle, or one thing to your knee, you're more susceptible to those kind of things. So, yeah, I
I
used to play
know.
lots and lots of ball hockey, so my knee and also
Oh,
baseball and
okay.
softball, so I took
Yeah.
a beating on my knees when I was
Oh
younger.
no.
Yeah,
Yeah.
so now it's kind of like I have to wear a knee strap. I have to take
Oh,
my
okay.
Sierra Sil
Brace.
with me and my
Oh
Advil
no.
afterwards. So yeah,
Yeah.
but I make it work anyways.
Yeah. Well, we do crazy things for these, adventures.
Yeah, and it doesn't help with me because I packed on some COVID weight too. So,
Uh-oh.
oh yeah,
Uh-oh.
hell yeah. I mean, it slows me down for sure.
Oh, well, don't feel bad. There's still, you got lots of time to
Yeah,
explore and take it
sure.
easy. And we can take it easy, right? And I tell myself that, like, even if I go with friends, I'm like, okay, my capability might not be the same as theirs, and so I
Hmm.
just need to like go at my own pace. My husband's really supportive, and he's just like,
Yeah,
whatever. And we just like, we just do it. Just go out and do it.
yeah. Isn't it funny
So,
how there's a way that there's a plan to lose weight and you gotta follow these strict plans and everything, but there's
hmm.
nothing like that to gain weight. It's super easy. Get a plan to gain weight?
It's
No,
so
it's
easy. Oh
so
my
easy.
gosh.
Yeah.
Yeah. Oh, the good food that we have in Vancouver.
Oh, I know. So diverse.
Yeah.
I love it. Okay,
Yeah.
August 3rd, 2020, Mystic
All right.
Beach. Let's talk about
Mystic
that one.
Beach.
Yeah,
Okay, so
great
little
shot.
background story. We were gonna go up north all summer last year, and then our change plans. We got stuck, had some car issues, whatever.
Mm-hmm.
Came back, reset, went to the island. I didn't have a plan for it. I was just like, hey, we're gonna go. We're gonna kind of stop here, and wherever the wind takes us.
Mm-hmm.
And yeah, Mystic Beach was one of those places I wanted to go to because they have that like waterfall. Have you
Yes.
been?
Yeah, no, I
Yeah, they have
heard.
that water.
Yeah.
Yeah, so there's some Sombrio Beach and then there's Mystic Beach, and Mystic Beach has the waterfall that's just kind of like over a cliff and onto the beach.
Yes, yes, I've
And
seen
then
those pictures.
Sombrio is the one where it's like hidden into the kind of the little cave there. And that shot is just me being inside, like just kind of going inside and taking a random shot. I didn't think it was like that great,
I know, that's
but it
funny.
turned out like kind of cool with like, I think there's the rock formations
Yes, yes, I think that helps a
and
lot.
just like a tiny bit of the water line.
Mm-hmm.
Um,
And the
and
trees in the
yeah, so I
background,
just,
it's kind of cool. It kind of
yeah,
gives us kind of like a triangular look to it, and I
yeah.
think it looks really cool. Like you said, it's the formation of the rocks and the
Yeah, it was
cuts of
kind
the
of unique.
water. Yeah.
Yeah. I had no intention of posting that, and I think I was just like looking for something that would go along the lines of where I was or
Mm-hmm.
the colors or whatever. And so I'm like, oh, I'll just post this one. And it was kind of just like one of those like filler posts.
Yeah.
And yeah, so a lot of people liked it.
Yeah, it's kind of funny, hey, where sometimes like you may think the picture's like, yeah, it's okay, or you may
Mm-hmm.
think it's like, oh, this is gonna kill it, but then when you put it out there, it's kind of
Yeah, you're
completely
like,
opposite, right?
yeah, totally.
Yeah,
Totally. I know. Yeah. Everyone's like, this is great. I'm like, okay, sure. I mean, no, I
yeah.
didn't think it was anything special. But yeah, I think it's just the rock formation's quite
But a
cool. And
lot,
the coloring is nice too.
and a lot like a picture like this is, I love this picture, but a picture like this with the right hashtags, it could get you like a lot higher counts, right?
Right,
and
right.
and sometimes it's a different, like I said, you think you have this killer picture, but then you post it up, and then all of a sudden when you get posted up, it's like it's crickets out there, and you're like,
Yeah,
what the heck, it's not doing as well as my other photos, like, and then you start
for
comparing your
sure.
own pictures and go, this picture is way better than this one, right? And all that
Yes.
stuff, so it's kind of funny. So the next one is Athabasca Falls, right?
Athabasca Falls in Jasper. Yeah,
Yeah.
so at the beginning of last summer, I wanted to do a little tour around. Well, I actually wanted to go to Alberta and then go up to Jasper and then go up to northern BC that way.
Mm-hmm.
And so, I mean, Jasper, have you been?
Oh,
Sorry, I'm gonna ask you that every
see,
time.
this is why I hate you.
I'm
No, I'm
sorry,
kidding.
I'm sorry,
I'm
because I just
kidding.
want to be able to know if you've been so you
No,
can
no, no,
understand.
no,
Okay,
no.
I'm
It
so
was
sorry.
no, no. I'm just bugging you. It's more like I said. I'm truly jealous of some of these hikes, right?
Oh,
So
oh.
I went to Lake Louise, and then I went to
Mhm,
Banff, and then
mhm.
went up towards Edmonton, and I was gonna come back down from Jasper, and I
Okay,
never
yes.
went that way. I went the other way, and I was like, oh, I was
Oh,
so pissed at
oh,
myself for
okay.
not doing that.
You
But
went, yeah, by like
yeah,
Mount Robson or whatever.
yeah.
So I grew up in Alberta, right? I'm from Alberta, and we went to Jasper when I was a kid, and Lake Louise, we did all that. And I kind of forgot how amazing Jasper was because I hadn't been there since I was a child.
It looks
And
gorgeous
so, yeah, Athabasca was one of the stops, and that's not a hard hike. Those are just like stops you can go, like anyone can
along
go
the
to.
highway or near the
Yeah,
highway. Yeah.
it was just, I'd seen lovely shots of this place,
Is there
and
one that you can kind of climb down below that and see that rock on the side? Is this the place too, or no?
it's got a bunch of different little places you can go down. And
Okay.
yes, we did climb down. I couldn't see the rock on the side, but I could see down, and there's two that are very similar, like
Okay.
in the same area.
Maybe the
But
one I'm
this
thinking
one,
about's near Banff. I could be wrong.
oh, you're maybe thinking of Natural Bridge. I'm not sure. There's quite a few places. I mean, the whole area is spectacular.
Yeah, it is very nice.
But this one, there's like quite a different little pathways, and it's just walking, and there's families there, and you can go up past these falls,
Hmm.
and then I think you can go down below somehow as well. But I saw so many great shots of this place, and I knew I had to go there. And it was really cold, like early July was quite cold still.
Yeah.
The nice thing was that it was discounted because you have to pay, right, to get into the park. So
Okay.
it was discounted because it was Canada Day, so that's a good tip. And there wasn't a lot of people because it was cold and rainy and
Yeah.
foggy.
Still a great
Yeah, it
shot.
was really nice. Yeah, and I think I had to jump up on a structure. Maybe you weren't supposed to, but I just did anyway. As people do,
Yeah.
and then there's kids passing by and they want to ask their mommy if they can do it too, and they say no.
Yeah. No.
So I'm not a very good example, but yeah,
That's all
I'm
good.
I'm pretty sure there's a lot of shots out there like this, even better than mine for sure.
Yeah. Well, it's a great shot. I like it.
Thank you.
So, like I said, you have lots of amazing shots. So I'm going to share them along with our chat here on
Okay.
YouTube. So lots of people are going to see all your amazing shots. Question for
Mhm.
you: favorite hikes? Let's talk about a couple of
Favorite
your
hike.
favorite hikes in local BC, I guess.
Okay, in BC. Well, I'm gonna go further in BC, and like I was talking about earlier, sorry,
Hmm.
is something called Boot Ski Lake. So we end up in Tumbler Ridge, BC, which is like a place where you can see dinosaur footprints and all sorts of stuff, but there was like literally nobody there. Like the town was like dead.
Yeah.
And we went into the visitor center, and they had like shelves of just like so many pamphlets of different hikes nearby and
Hmm.
things to do. It's like an amazing place. So I said, what's this hike? Like, I want to go there, right? Because they're
It's
like,
a
oh,
nice
go on this
green.
walk or
Wow.
whatever. And
Yeah.
they're like, no, this one is like, 18K, it's hard, you can't do it, kind of thing.
Oh, yes, I
And I'm
can.
like, no, I want to go there.
Yeah.
So we go back to our like, dingy little hotel and like, okay, we're going here tomorrow. This is where we're going.
Yeah.
So we get up, we go. The road is like completely like gravel,
Like
like 80
off-roading.
kilometers. Yeah, there's
Yeah.
like not a car in sight. There's like some beautiful waterfalls you can go to as well, but there's so many different hikes. I would love to go back and just do a bunch.
Okay.
I always research, I look at reviews and all that stuff. And so there's people there recently from that point. Anyway, so
Yeah,
we
very
go there.
nice.
There's nobody there. There's no parking lot. It's just like a little like area of grass that you can go to.
Okay.
So we're like, okay, we're doing this, right? And so we just go. We're literally the only people there. And the hike's fairly easy. There's like some old burnt trees there. And
Okay.
it's kind of woodsy. There's a road as well, like a gravel road. We have to cross big creek.
So this is kind of the stuff that I would see a grizzly bear.
Yes, and it's called Bootski Lake, and it's
Yeah,
so
I'm
weird.
looking
It's
at
such a
it.
weird name. Oh, you
Yeah,
are? Okay.
yeah.
Oh, yeah, you would definitely see a grizzly there. We saw huge paw prints there. And we're like, hey, so we talk loud. I had my music blasting just like on my phone.
Yeah.
I don't think we had bear spray at that. Oh, yeah, I think we did. And then it gets a bit steep, goes more into trees. And then you go and you get to the top, and it's just like 360 views. Kind of actually. There's this lake, a blue lake, still some snow. It feels like you're in Austria. Like, it's
Mm-hmm.
just like amazing.
And
And
you
we're
can
the
actually
only people there.
oh, it looks like you can actually get right down to the lake.
Yeah, we went right down to the lake. Actually, as I was taking a picture, like I was posing for a photo, which I don't love to do, I fell and I fell onto the snow into not into the lake. I mean, it was like by the lake. But yeah, we went right down to the lake, and then I kind of went up this other little cliff to get a nice little shot. But that was like one of my most memorable hikes, and it was really cool. And I think Temple Ridge is just a place to go.
It looks super steep from some of the views here.
It's not that steep.
No, maybe there's another access point here to get to it, but
Okay,
yeah.
there is. Okay, yeah, no, it is a bit steep. Yeah, it's a bit steep.
Okay.
Just there is a section where I was huffing it, but yeah,
Yeah.
the payoff is so great that I forget about it, like the
Yeah.
pain.
Yeah.
you know.
Yeah, it looks gorgeous. That's
But
really nice.
yeah, yeah.
What's another one?
Recently, just this winter, we did Zupjuk Peak, and that is near the Coquihalla Summit. There's
Okay.
quite a few nice hikes there. Luckily, we have a friend who's this like also avid hiker, and he's like really into it. And so I think he recommended that like half the hikes we go on are like him forcing us to do all these really steep. This one is very steep, and we did
Okay.
it in snowshoes. I did it half spikes, half snowshoes.
Yeah.
Really steep, but short. Like
Okay.
I think 5K or something like that. We are literally like you're like kind of like scaling it, and you're just like stopping because you're just so tired. But the views up there are incredible. Like probably the best views I've ever seen. It was all snow. It was really windy up there, so we didn't stay too long. And my friend wanted to kind of keep going because you can keep going. And I think in the summer I might actually do that
Okay.
and just go along the ridge. But that's probably one of my favorite hikes, and also because I did it right, because I get a little bit scared before going to hike. I'm like, I don't know if my body can take this, or I'll
Yeah.
be quick enough, or I'll
That's
be,
a
especially going
pretty
up
nice
people.
view from up there. Holy smokes.
Oh, it's unbelievable.
Yeah.
Yeah, and even my friends like were saying like this is the best view we've seen. Like, and they'd been to like quite a few other hikes like in that area.
Yeah. Do you worry about like avalanches or anything like that on stuff like this?
Yeah, so for that place, because we were going in the Alpine, and we did check out the avalanche risk, and even when we were going, there's like the avalanche guide or something when you go there, and it shows you. So I'm aware of that, and yes, I do kind of worry about it because I'm claustrophobic. It's like one of my biggest fears. So I would hate, and I don't have avalanche training, sorry, and I should have it. I should have more training actually, as the amount of hikes and stuff that I do.
Yeah.
We definitely look at the risks on avalanche.
Yeah, just make sure you guys
or
are
Canada.
safe. Yeah.
Yeah, the websites, and just if it's moderate or whatever. But it was high. I don't think we would go because it was kind of like a sunny day and the windy and kind of the perfect storm for
an avalanche.
Yeah, but I
Yeah.
think it was still okay. It was still cold, and it was quite cold up there.
And there's trail markers too, right?
Yeah, oh yeah, for
okay.
sure. And there was quite a few other people. Not that that means anything, but there was
Yeah.
quite a few other people on the trail as well.
Okay. Well, that's a nice picture you took there. I'm looking at one right now.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
It was amazing. Like it's hard not to. Like it's hard not to get a good photo up there because it's
Yeah.
so amazing. Yeah.
Well, what about somewhere from outside of BC?
Outside of BC. Oh, this is hard actually. Okay, I'll go with my first one, which is Iceland.
Yeah.
Iceland is full of amazing, amazing, amazing hikes.
Yeah.
But one of my favorite ones was called, I think it's called, I don't know how it's pronounced, but it's called Glymer.
Okay.
So Glymer, Glymer. I don't know
Okay.
how to say it. And this was literally done like I had a full-on, full-scale like road trip, planned for all around the island of, Iceland. And so this one was like right off the plane because it was the closest to the direction we were going, and we weren't coming back that way. So it was, I don't sleep on flights either. So I was
No,
just like,
neither do I.
yeah. So I'm like, we're doing this. And we went, and you right away, you have to kind of cross this like tightrope type thing that's like down at the bottom of a stream. And then you go and you hike, and it's a pretty hard hike.
Hmm.
And then, but the waterfall there is like, I mean, you're just stepping off a plane and going to Iceland. You just like, you don't know what's coming for you. Like
Yeah,
it's
it's out of this
so,
world, eh?
it's unreal. Like Iceland was probably one of my like life-changing trips because it just makes you really, you don't care about the weather anymore. You just
Yeah,
do it. You just
yeah,
go. And so when we got up to the top, you know, it's just amazing. I think we brought our drone. It was like our first time having a drone, and
yeah.
we bought it specifically to go to Iceland. And then at the end, you're like, oh, do you go back down the same way? Oh no, you wade the river, which I'd never done.
Oh, wow.
Um, and so we waded the river, like a big one, like
Yeah.
at the top, and went down the other way, the other side.
Oh,
So
that's
it
pretty
was,
cool.
yeah, it was probably one of my most memorable hikes. Iceland is incredible, but yeah.
For me, I want to go to, I want to do Angel's Landing. That's what I want to do.
Oh, okay.
Have you done that
Yeah.
one?
Oh, the funny thing is, was my next favorite hike was going to be in Utah,
Yeah,
and so yeah, it's in Moab, right? It's Arches, but yeah,
yeah,
we did a winter trip to Utah, like a
yeah. I
little
saw
road
that
trip.
too. Yeah, yeah.
And Angel's Landing, we didn't have the proper gear, like we weren't sure.
Yeah, I wouldn't do that in
So
the
we
snow.
didn't, yeah, it was snowy there. And
Yeah.
so I really, really wanted to do it. And I would do it like no problem. Like I don't
Hmm.
have a fear of that. But it was just a little bit too sketchy. And
No, I
we were
wouldn't
like,
do it in the ice or snow. No way.
yeah, we
Yeah.
weren't prepared. And that's actually the first time I ever bought anything. Like we bought, they weren't spikes, but they're kind of like chains for your
Okay.
feet. But we didn't
Yeah.
buy it there. We bought it for Bryce Canyon. And I wish I had them for Angel's Landing because I would have done it in a heartbeat if I
Yeah.
had some spikes or something.
I was gonna
Yeah.
go there last year,
Mm-hmm.
obviously for my 50th. I was gonna go there and do that hike. I was
Oh,
gonna visit my relatives in San Fran, and then we're gonna go and do a hike,
okay.
and then we're gonna head to Vegas. My buddies
And
and I
then
were all,
COVID.
and then COVID struck, and then I was like,
Yeah.
okay, never
Yeah.
mind. I guess we're not
Yeah.
doing it. But that Angel's
Oh,
Landing is
that's so sad.
definitely one of the bucket lists that I
Yeah.
want to do.
Oh, yeah, me too, for sure. I would go back there in a heartbeat. And the
Yes,
Narrows, because the Narrows was completely closed when we went because of the ice and snow. So
yeah.
we couldn't even get in there. But
Lots of
yeah.
nice places in Sedona too, and Utah, and
Yeah, I
I
know.
want to go to the Wave, but then you got to get tickets for that.
Oh
You
my
gotta win,
gosh.
you gotta win a
I
lottery to get there.
I've applied twice for that,
Yeah,
and yeah, both times I didn't
no
win.
luck.
But I would, that's like probably one of my biggest dreams is to go there.
Yeah, and I think it's a really short one. I think it only takes like 20 or 30 minutes or something to get there,
Yeah,
and 30
I
minutes
think
to come
so.
back or something like that.
Yeah.
Yeah, but
I mean,
the
I
view of
wouldn't
that
mind if it was
picture.
on.
Yeah, I wouldn't
I
mind either.
know.
Yeah,
And there's other places like that. You just have to know like where to go. Like there's quite a, not the same, but
yeah,
there's
similar.
quite a few other, yeah, similar places, and I would love to explore more there. And I just had a fabulous trip. And so yeah, so my second, I mean, there's lots of great hikes in Alberta, but if I was to choose like outside of kind of even Canada, I would choose yeah, Arches
The
in
Utah
Moab.
area.
Yeah, Arches, the Delicate Arch. I mean, yes, there's lots of people there. Yes, it's overcrowded, but the hike is really easy. I think it's only a couple of kilometers,
Hmm.
and it's just like it's like you're on Mars. Like it's
That's pretty
so
cool.
cool, and you know, people they let you take your turns with the arch, and we were there at sunset, and it was unbelievable. Like it was, yeah,
Yeah,
like
it's
I
kind of funny
can't.
because people that live down in Arizona or Utah, they're
Mhm,
like, I see
mhm.
this crap every day, and then and it's kind of like us, right? We see all these green things every day, and
Oh,
then
I know,
and
I
everybody's like,
know,
oh
right?
my God, it's so green up there. I'm like,
I
oh,
know.
really? Oh yeah,
I
it
know. I'm
is
like, yeah, it's
green.
great, but nothing special. But
Yeah, that's
but no,
because
we
we're
are really
spoiled.
like
Yeah.
we are a bit too spoiled, I think. But yeah,
Okay.
I feel that way about Utah. Yeah,
Yeah.
for
Well,
sure.
that's awesome. I'm glad you joined me on the show today. I hope you had
Thank
a lot of
you.
fun, and no, it was really nice
I
talking to you.
did. Thank you for taking an interest in my
Oh, for sure.
pictures.
Like I said, you have a lot of amazing shots. So,
Thank you so
for all,
much.
yeah, you're welcome. So, for all the people that's not following Amanda, give her a follow. Like I said, her handle name is Cheese Travels. That's CheeseTravels. So give her a follow. And for me, kindly hit the subscribe, like, and notification buttons. And that's it for this week. And I'll catch you guys next week. Thanks.